Hey guys, this is Drakkalan bringing another Kingdom of Heroes Tactic Wars video. Today we are going to be talking about what's coming up in the game, what kind of new things may or may not be there. We're going to do a quick summon session to sort of round out the video because we don't have a lot of information to discuss. So I'm going to go ahead and pull what I pulled off their Facebook, the only announcement they've got that's new for this week. Right, so right here, they've brought back the daily event pack. If you guys were with the game since they opened, they had this pack running initially whenever it came out. It's not a bad value. You're getting 50 crystals. That's one refill. If you're buying the most expensive one, the daily event pack 2. So these packs you can buy every day. You're getting skill fairy pieces, so don't confuse that with getting an actual skill fairy. You'll have to buy, I believe, 3 of them to get a skill fairy. And then you get 3 summon scrolls. You also get the daily event pack 1, which is a couple less crystals. XP fairy and silver coins. So if you're going to be buying one of these 2 packs, I would definitely buy the daily event pack 2. However, make sure you're clicking on the event tab and you are collecting the daily reward of free crystals and free silver. You get this once per day after server reset. So you've got 24 hours to collect it every time it resets. And I always liked having this. It's a nice way for the developers to kind of give back to the community while still trying to make a little bit of money to keep developing the game into something more than it already is. We haven't heard any new updates about the Bone Collector or Bone King, the new update that's supposed to be coming out that's going to be adding more story content. They did that 30-day countdown, and we haven't heard a word since then, so hopefully that's going to be coming out soon with the new heroes. Looking at the code daily event pack, it's going to be running from 10:06 to 10:19, so we've got plenty of days to keep collecting more things with the 10 crystals and the 30,000 silver coins every day. So go ahead and pull that off the screen. If you guys haven't been doing it, make sure you're doing the XP Fairy King run. He's only open until tomorrow at 7 p.m. If you didn't do it yesterday, I don't know if you're going to be able to get enough pieces because you can only run it 5 times daily. So I don't know if it accumulates in stacks for you or not if you didn't do it. I ran it yesterday, got my 5 runs in. We're probably on the, looks like we're on the 2nd run right now, but we're going to cancel out of it once this run's done, just so we can move on. We're going to do the summon session real quick. I pulled a new unit. Just doing some summons, trying to get some fodder when I was doing all that leveling this previous weekend. The account's looking pretty good. We've almost hit level 130. I have not been focused on arena like I need to be. I keep saying that's going to be my focus, but I haven't had the rune quality that I need to get there yet. As you know, we still have the ongoing Arthur event for energy. Let's bump out of that real quick. We've also got the silver event, so if you click on your event tab, right, got the fortune event, see if we get anything decent. Not really anything in the rule that we need. Of course, normal summon scrolls. I think we've got probably over 3,000 of those, even after leveling up all the fodder that we've leveled up. Happy hour is looking good, but run Arthur, we've already maxed that out. We maxed that out in the first day. Server just reset, so we haven't taken full advantage of reclaiming this energy yet. So make sure you're doing your Rune Dungeon, Awakening Dungeon, and Adventure runs to get that free energy. Hero Combining Project, we finished that a while ago. I'm not sure what they're going to replace this with in 10 days, if anything. Same thing with Tower Variants Project. Bonus Silver, we completed this, I think, on day 2 of the event. So, and we've already spent 100,000 silver since the server reset, probably about 30 minutes ago for when recording this video. Alright, see if we got any more scrolls, make sure we haven't completed any achievements that's going to give us anything worthwhile. Alright, let's jump straight to the summons. Alright, so right now for the banners, we've got Beelzebub and we've got Makoto. We already have Makoto in our box. We do not have Beelzebub, so I'm thinking about maybe trying to summon for him. We've got 6 more days, 5 more days, however you want to look at it, to try to summon him up. So he's not game breaking. He's not a bad hero, but not something that you need. So if you guys are short on crystals, I wouldn't go for that banner. Same thing with Makoto. Heroic summons, we've got a ×10 summon that we're going to be doing. We got that from the Kingdom Pass. If you guys don't know, they did bring the Kingdom Pass back about a week ago now. We're already at level 13. I haven't been focusing on it like I need to for the season missions. I've just been doing rune farming, since that's what I lack the most of. So again, if you guys haven't done the Kingdom Pass, make sure you're focusing on this. Even if you're free to play, you still get the top rewards. If you were going to spend money on something, this is probably what I would spend my money on, because of all the free summoning, free tokens, the silver. I mean, everything in here is so good to get, and it's not that high of a price. So if you were going to show some support for the developers, this is the way that I would do it, because it's also good for you. Another thing that I do is a daily pack. I do that 50 gems on purchase, 5 times 30 days daily. So It kind of helps make sure I don't run out of energy too quickly, and that 10% XP buff when I'm XP farming does make a difference over the long haul. So back to the summons. We've got some spirit summons right now. So the L&D unit is Lachesis. I think I said that right. I don't know. Lachesis. We don't have her yet. But if we look at the 4 stars, we have all these 4-star heroes, including the L&D Tesla. We've already got the 6-star hero, Demeter. And then Bartholomew, we do not have him yet, but he's not really a game-changing hero either. If I was trying to summon for something, I would click on the summon information at the bottom. And my focus would probably be, if I was a new player, out of the 3 sets available, Morgana would probably be, or Morgan would be best for me, because I know she's a game changer. Iset is not very useful yet. Nobody's found a good way to make her viable. Maybe with good enough rune quality, she'd be worthwhile. We've already got Ifrit, so I'd probably, in my account, would save it for the bottom rotation for Gabriel and Elagos, because I don't have either of those 2 units, and I would have the best chance of getting units I don't have in that circumstance. But I do have Muse, I do have Iset. I've actually pulled 2 of her, and we don't have a Morgan, so who knows. But for now, we'll save the spirits. Always save your spirit coin or tokens for last when you're doing these summons. I did last rotation. That's where I got my new Nat 5 L&D unit. We'll pull her up in a second. And I just did 1 summon because I was trying to get Melius and a couple of fodder to finish out some units that I needed. We've got 3 Light and Darkness scrolls saved up. We've got 3 legendary scrolls, 1 advanced fire scroll, and 15 of the advanced summon scrolls. So as usual, we'll start with these advanced summon scrolls. What we're really looking for is Esperanza. She's one of the few heroes that we're missing that we could really benefit from. As far as Nat 4s and Nat 3s go, we're still missing a couple of the Nat 4s in the game, but nothing that we need. We built another Thea to help with Toa. We're on floor 60 now. We autoed up to it, got stuck. I'm having to build a couple of units to do that. We'll probably make a video on that later. It's just one of those floors that just takes a little bit of RNG and a lot of control, right? You got to micromanage it to make sure you get through it. All right, getting some more skill ups. That's good. And a lot of my Nat 3s from all the summoning we've done are really close if they haven't already maxed out. So pretty soon this will just all be fodder. Which means faster Nat 6, or faster Nat 6, making 6 stars faster. Which is always a great thing. Yeah, one of the things that have slowed me down on floor 60 of Toa Norm is I don't have my Freya skilled up, and her S2 needs to be skilled up to give you enough cooldown to cycle through, basically. So nothing amazing yet on these summons, nothing we've needed. Sia, we can always use more skill ups of her. She's pretty decent, especially for a Nat 3. She's got that elemental advantage. Let's see, so we got 3 legendaries, and that'll give us another L&D, or is that a divine? That'll give us a divine scroll, so that's not too bad. We're definitely getting a Nat 5 today. Hopefully it's one we need. Looking good so far. Alright, Freed. We've already got Freed, so it's not a new unit for us. She's probably one of the best water nukers in the game. She's got a lot of utility in Toa, PvP, PvE. So if you get one, definitely build her. She's worth the investment. Alright, this may be one of the Nat 4s we're missing, actually, Horus. See, Hellfire Arrow attacks enemies within a target area with forked Hellfire Arrow. Every successful hit on an enemy inflicted with continuous damage reduces the cooldown of penetrating arrow by 2 turns. Flames of Hatred stacks continuous damage. And penetrating arrow, 5 turns. Reduce mobility, and then S4, increase speed. So, not terrible, not great, not game-changing at all. I think there are units that definitely do continuous damage better than that. Rabuel, we've already got a few of her. Alright, we got our Divine Scroll. Let's jump into that. We'll save the L&Ds for last, like usual. Hopefully we'll get Esperanza one day, maybe. Alright, so Hataru, another dupe. Not going to spend any time on that. She's not really necessary anywhere. We do use her for the fire tower, and that's about it. So more skill ups there. Now we're down to our 3 L&D scrolls. We'll summon these one at a time. See if we get anything new. There's a lot of L&Ds that we're missing, but we have a tendency to pull dupes, like Drakkalan here. She's a dupe. We've already pulled one of her. Well, I was about to say I don't know what I want, but I definitely want an Apophis. All right, Nevis, that's a new one for us. We don't have the this Light Wizard yet. S1, Magic Bullet, fires a magic orb to attack a target enemy. If the enemy is killed, you recover your action gauge by 50%. Wind Arrow fires powerful magic arrow to attack a target enemy. Successful hits guarantee this attack to be a crit hit. Additionally, there's an 80% chance to make a gash in the target, which reduces their defense for 2 turns. If the target is killed with Wind Arrow, you gain an action opportunity. So defense break, built-in crit rate, can't go wrong with that. Definitely want to build this guy as a nuker. So I'd say attack, crit damage, attack with as much crit rate subs and attack subs as possible. Patient Go-Getter, Nevis base crit damage is increased by 15%. After Neva's turn goes past 6 turns, since the start of battle, Wind Arrow's cooldown is reduced by 1 turn at the start of every turn. So there's a lot of units that have similar skills like that, like Ifrit, they get stronger over time. So definitely a viable unit. So no nat 5s, guys. So Mahat, we've already built her. She's already skilled up too for the most part. Very good tank. Definitely got some serious uses, or fighter I should say, since she's not a guardian. You want to build her tanky DPS with some accuracy so that she can land the continuous damage and heal block debuffs. I guess we'll throw in some of these spirits. How many we got? We got 200. Get some more fodder and skill ups. Who knows? Maybe we'll pull an L&D Nat 5. This is where I tend to get them from. And one more. There's nothing from that. Alright. So let's back up to my hero box. I'll show you guys the new hero I pulled. This is my guild's talking about the dupes. Alright, so Nyxia. Yes, we pulled Nyxia. This is a great unit for PvP, PvE. Probably one of the better tanks of the game. The way that you want to build her, and please do not use my stats as a reference, my runes are horrible, but it's all I had. You're going to want to build her Earthquake Havoc, more than likely, unless you can get enough crit rate subs. I've got mine built on speed, crit rate, and HP. Right, so that's like the standard build. If you guys are curious what standard builds are, you can always look at the reviews for the hero. In this left-hand corner, it's going to give you recommended runes for powerful enemies. They've got her built Earthquake, Swift, Havoc. You can also look at recommended runes for the growth. What this means is the recommended runes for growth is when you're first getting started, if you pull this unit and you don't have a lot of runes to choose from, but you want to use her to level up or you want to use her for new content, this is where you would go to do it. The recommended runes are powerful enemies. This is just how, when you get top tier, you're going to want to build it. You can also click on details. This gives you more information on what each set does and how much percentage people are using it. As you can see, Earthquake is the most popular, so you don't have to take my word for it. And they also show you the primary stats of 2, 4, and 6. So crit rate, speed, HP, the exact way I built her. The reason you want to build Nyxia in that manner, right, and you would want to replace crit rate with HP or crit damage down the road. Once you get really, really good, grinded up substats to where you don't need that crit rate. So you want her to have 100% or as close to 100% crit rate as possible so that her skills have every opportunity to activate. So the S1, Revitalizing Slash. As you can see right here, it's already going to do a provoke. It's going to do continuous heal. Attacks enemies within a target area, so it's an AoE attack. Again, that's where we're bringing in Earthquake runes. Any unit that has multiple AoE attacks, especially if it's a Guardian or a Priest, you want to go ahead and build them on Earthquake, and you want to build them fast. That way they have a higher chance to proc and stun the enemies. Successful hits have a 40% chance to provoke enemies hit for 1 turn. Every successful crit rate grants you a stack of continuous recovery for 1 turn. So to make sure she stays alive, because when she provokes, you know, that means the damage is going to be targeted towards her. You want to have that extra HP rune on her and that crit rate to make sure you get that continuous recovery. That way she can keep herself up. Down the road, I'm probably going to put a lot of skill ups into her because I want to make sure her damage and effect rate are as high as possible. we will probably stop her S1 at level 7. Not that we really get to choose, but if RNG is beneficial to us, we probably won't do 8 and 9 until, you know, much later in the game when we don't have a lot of other units that need the skill ups. Going to S2, Ascending Knight. Soars up into the sky to attack surrounding enemies, knocking them back 1 tile. Successful hits reduce the mobility of enemies hit for 1 turn. Successful crit hits stun enemies hit for 1 turn. Alright, so I definitely want to get some skill ups into this. We have to get at least that first one for the reduced cooldown. The damage is just a bonus, but I'm going to probably stop at level 3, damage by 15%. If everything goes great and RNGs, this is sweet to us. 15% is just a lot of damage to ignore for 1 skill up, but we're not going to waste a lot of skill ups trying to get it. We're just going to hope for it. But that mobility down and that stun, right, so that's just more added attempts at stunning, and it's another AoE. It's going to hit everything within 1 tile of her. Windblade, her S3, summons countless swords to attack enemies within a target area. Successful hits recover 15% of damage inflicted as HP. This skill's damage increases when the enemy hit has a greater max HP. If the enemy isn't killed, you reduce their attack for 2 turns. Alright, so this is important, right? When you're building her with the crit rate, once you get those really nice high tier runes where you can put crit damage there, the reason we're putting crit damage and not more HP, and you could technically do more HP if you wanted to, but then that's going to potentially put you too high to deal with other attackers. So you're trying to find a solid balance of HP and crit rate with her, where this attack block is going to go off and still give her the crit rate that she needs while allowing her to do some damage, right? So if she's doing an AoE hit with an AoE stun, you might as well let her go out and actually kill something. So that's why I'm going to try to get mine on crit damage as soon as I can, but my rune quality, as I've stated previously, is not the best. Alright, so we're going to go with S4, Stigma, the Fallen Angel. At the start of the turn, removes the same number of active debuffs as the number of active buffs on yourself. Alright, so if you scroll back through here, you can see that she can put continuous damage on herself with her S1 multiple times. That feeds into this S4. And also you're going to have her partied up with other heroes that may be giving her buffs, so try to have, you know, at least 1 or 2 in there. And that way she can cleanse herself. That's going to make her great for arena and great for Guild War teams. Alright, so if you want to look at my runes, like I said, they're not great. I think they're mostly 5-star runes. Yeah. So my stats should be much higher. I just haven't been able to pull the runes I want. Like, this is a pretty nice one. It's got resistance built into it. Probably leave that on there. I wish a little bit of that would have rolled into crit rate. We got that S3 rune. That's also a 5-star rune. A lot of crit rate, crit damage. And like I said, I'm going to try to stack mine up as more of an attacker than a tank. But I still want to have that high HP so that she can survive. And I want to have a little bit of resistance because I plan to use her. And I don't want her getting 1-shot because she gets defense broken. So overall stats right here, way too low. Especially if you're talking about arena Guild War teams. You want to get closer to, probably on a nuker, 4k plus HP. On a tank, if you're building tanky bruisers, you probably want to do 6,000 plus HP, but you need all 6-star runes and some decent substats. Our crit rate is 91%. These runes, you know, if they were 6-star, I would probably try to upgrade them a little bit further. I'll probably have to take, or I guess I already took the S2 up. And like this rune right here, the 6-star rune is a keeper. So if we had a grind for it, right, this craft tab, if I had a crit rate grind for it, I would go ahead and take that crit rate up a little bit more to get us closer to 100%, because this is a rune I will probably keep. I don't see any issues with it. And as you can see, she's on a broken set because I didn't have enough HP runes to slide in here. Get our collection rewards. Yeah, so that 4-star was a new one that we didn't have. Horus. And same thing with Nevis. Got a lot of awakening we still need to do for these combination rewards. I guess I could show you guys too. Just a video's already getting kind of long. If you guys are curious about how the abilities on these guys work, let's see, where's it at? I guess I'm gonna lie to you guys. I know it's in here somewhere. Huh. Well, I can't find it. I'm sorry. I know there's a way to preview skills. I don't know where it is. I've used it before, but apparently I'm not going to be able to show that to you guys, so I apologize. The video's getting long anyway, so it's a good time to cut out. But that's it for my Nyxia review. That is it for the account review. and the updates, we don't have a lot of new content out right now, so I'm probably going to start focusing more on Guild War content and arena content. Like I said, server just reset, so if there's anything else you guys want to like to see, leave it in the comments below. I appreciate all the support. We're up to 111 subs. We're definitely growing at a pretty solid rate, pretty consistent. I take consistent over a jump any day. If there's anything I can do to help you guys out, let me know.